Hi Grizzlies, another Canvas tip for you. So today it's all about quizzes. So I've had several people ask, is there any way that you can prevent a kid from cheating on a quiz when they are doing distance learning? And there isn't anything in Canvas like there is in Google where you could lock them on a page, like on a form that you've turned into a quiz. But there is some data that Canvas provides that can be really helpful for monitoring what the kids are doing and holding them accountable. And even better, if the kids know that you can watch what they do when they take a quiz, then that will discourage them from going off to other web pages to look up answers and things like that. So I'm going to show you how that works. This is just a little attendance check-in. I had the kids watch a video. I actually used Studio to do that video. They answer a few questions. So that's just kind of what the quiz looks like. I am going to end this little preview right here that I'm on and get to where I can look at their scores. So over here, I'm going to go to Speed Grader. All right, so we are on one of the first screens for one of my students. So when I click View Log, I'm going to get some information about her testing session. So you'll see a few things. You'll see when the session started. At 16 seconds in, she viewed and possibly read question 2, and then she answered question 2. But at 31 seconds in, she stopped viewing the Canvas quiz taking page. So in other words, she opened a new tab. And then a minute later, at 1 minute and 32 seconds, she resumed. So she came back to the quiz and kept working. Now, this is actually one of my students who's brand new, and she's still translating a lot of things because she's an English learner. And so she often researches her questions for these little attendance checks that I do. And I don't mind her doing that. That's something that we've already discussed. So in her case, I know why she's leaving the pages, and then I can see the research that she's done in her answers. But for a kid who is never supposed to leave the quiz page, anytime you see one of those little red X's, you know that they went off that quiz, and you can see how long they were on a different page. You can also find out if a kid stopped taking the quiz and there's just suddenly like a 10-minute gap because they answered question 2 and then nothing happened until 10 minutes later when they read question 3 and answered it. So again, it gives you a little bit of, a tool, I should say, for accountability, because you can come back to the kids and say, okay, what happened here? Or if you have a kid that you know got a really low score, but then you look at the length of time they spent on a quiz and they spent a whole 90 seconds taking the quiz, then you can call them out on that. So this is information that personally I would share with the kids, because if the kids know that you're going to be able to go back and tell if they got off of the quiz, or if they had a reasonable number of minutes on the quiz versus just a few seconds, or maybe they spent 25 minutes on one question and 1 minute on every other question, you'll be able to have that conversation with them, and they'll know that there's going to be somebody paying attention. So not as perfect as being able to lock their pages, but it's something to work with. So if you have any questions, you can always get in touch with me. Please email me, and I hope you have a great weekend. Thanks, Grizzlies.